Hey family, welcome back if you are a returning subscriber, or welcome if you are new. In this here corner, we talk about optimizing your daily banking and also building healthy personal finances. Now, we have a lot of ground to cover, so let's get into today's video. So here's exactly what you can expect in today's video. The definition of a budget, ways to create a budget, the how-to, actual step-by-step, very introductory steps on creating a budget, and my concluding thoughts. Now, I hardly ever say this, but family, if you know that you have not subscribed, please take this moment to hit the subscribe button and like my video. Liking is mainly just to encourage me also that YouTube can get this to like-minded people like yourselves. Now, what exactly is a budget? I have two Wikipedia definitions here, short and sweet and to the point. The first one goes, a budget is an estimate of income and expenditure for a set period of time. The second one says, a budget is a calculation plan, usually but not always financial, but for the purpose of this video, we are talking about a financial plan for a defined period, often 1 year or a month. So I do recognize that there are some people who get paid weekly wages or fortnightly. So your budget must suit your income setup. If we were to have a simple formula for a budget, it would be like the income statement one, where your income less expenses equals to a surplus or a deficit. Now, if you find yourself in a surplus, it means you are doing well. You must continue and you are in the green. However, if you do find yourself in a deficit, it means something is wrong. Either you're overly indebted or you're not managing your income well, you have too many expenses, there is just something wrong with your finances. There is no in between. You're either green or you are red, unless by some anomaly you sort of break even, right? And that was my mic dropping. I'm just gonna keep that in because it was just, free flowing. There are two ways you can create a budget, either manually or digitally. Now, if you go for manual, it can be on a simple, normal journal or a special budget journal. And side note on that, I'd like to shout out, this is not a promotion or anything, but a fellow South African YouTuber who created these. This is what I use for myself. I hope you can see it. It's called Every Cent Financial Journal, and I found it to be one of the most easygoing because I like my things neat, but the labor of drawing boxes on a plain journal was just not for me. So it's a great one, but I mean, it does come at a certain cost. I got mine, I'll link the price while I'm editing this video. Okay, so if you go for a simple journal or even an A4 book or a hardcover can actually work. You don't need anything fancy, no need to wait for anything special for you to draw up a manual journal. Digitally, you can create a spreadsheet for yourself. If you can't create one, you can download formats. There are templates and formats online, endless, so you can find one that suits you. Now, coming to the how-to part, I'm going to use this journal, the Every Cent Financial Journal by Jen Marlowe. Yes, that's her name. You can check her out. She's got pretty dope YouTube content on personal finances. And yeah, I think because of that, I decided to buy this. So the steps are pretty easy. Like we said, the most important things is income, your expenses, then you see where you are. Now, on this journal, I'm just gonna page through it's a very helpful tool. She's got there's a lot of things going on in here where you can set your goals, where your annual goals, quarterly goals, and monthly goals, where you can note and reflect, where you can break down your budget to weekly allocations and the likes. But I'm just going to share and go to a month I haven't filled in yet, so that I can just share the easy ways. So I'm gonna go to May. Cool. So income. So when we talk income, we're talking your salary or wages. We're talking side hustles, or anything that brings money into your pocket or your account. This is how her journal is set up. So you can start, even if you're drawing it up for yourself. You have income, and then you list as many income revenues as you have. Now, projected and actual, it's up to you if you want to stick to that. But how I find this helpful is that I pretty much know how much I earn. So I'll put my projected income there, but it might be that you work shifts, so your income is actually different. You can put your projected one, but the actual one would be the money that hits your account, right? That lands in your pocket. You could be, like I said, working shifts, or you could be a commission earner, so your income fluctuates. So knowing how much you're budgeting for and what's the actual might be different for you. And then she lists savings. You know what they say? Pay yourself first. Okay. I say pay God and then pay yourself, right? So savings is you paying yourself. That will be part of your, in this case, savings do count as your expenses, right? Then you list all the, I hope you can see, all the savings that you have, and then you can plan a target for your savings and have an actual. So let's say you plan to save 1,000 Rand. That is a goal, right? But you end up saving either 800 Rand, that will be your actual, or even saving more, then that would be your actual. Whatever the actual amount is that you put away into your savings, you would record. Then you list your debts, right? We know most of our debts come in the form of debit orders, and usually they're the same kind of amount. So that's where you can keep on track with your debts. And then your expenses. So anything that does not fall out of debt would come under expenses. Your living expenses, beauty, self-care, everything else that is not covered by savings and debts would be under expenses. And I would encourage that you list every single expense, every Uber Eats. Have a budget, because a budget is a projected financial statement for the month to come. Give yourself a budget for those things and stick to it. Now at the end of it, this is what it looks like over here, the summary. I hope I'm putting it properly. So that summary is income less savings, less debt, less expenses. Then you have your total, where you'll find out whether you have a surplus or a deficit. Once you do see where you land on the spectrum, whether you're green or red, if you are green, like I did say, you are doing well. Continue on that and make sure that you improve, and make sure that that surplus, even you invest it wisely so that it does make more money for you. Now if you're in the red, it means that you are in a minus. Your expenses and your debts actually accumulate to more than you make. Now if you find yourself in the red, here are some practical things you can do. Start by sticking to your needs and eliminating unnecessary ones. If I was to sit with you and go through your budget, or rather your expenses, I promise you, I would find so many unnecessary ones that could actually improve your finances if you eliminated them. Think about number two that you can do is think about being intentional and rigorous in eliminating your debt. If you are given a debt, let's say for example a personal loan, and 5 years to pay it off, commit to paying it off in less time. It might be an uncomfortable process, but you know what? If you commit to paying it off in 2 to 2.5 years, that is better. Let me tell you something. 2 to 2.5 years is gonna come and go anyway. It's up to you if you want to find yourself in the same financial situation or better. And that is it from myself today. This was a tad bit longer than I intended, but I do hope that you extracted some value out of it and you are going to then implement it in your life. Let's get budgeting. You can share with me if you have started, and I promise you we are in this journey together. I only started, being a sit down and budget kind of person in March. All along I was just, doing mental calculations of my finances, of my expenses, but after sitting down, I have seen a significant improvement in my finances. And remember that you're not going to be 100% from the get-go. Now, it's like any other habit. When you get it wrong, just keep going until you do get it right and find yourself sticking to the budget that you actually draw. That's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in till this point, and I'll see you in my next video.